It's Album Reviews and You. I'm your host, Will. Today I'm taking a look at Fleetwood Mac Rumours. If you were alive in the 70s and you also owned ears, chances are you had a copy of Rumours. Even if you didn't buy one, it just appeared in your house one day in a box with a Polaroid camera and some bell-bottoms. It was the law. This is the divorce album, the cocaine album, we're all sleeping with each other and then writing passive-aggressive hit singles about it album. Basically, the soundtrack to a soap opera set inside a recording studio. Every track is either a radio staple, a breakup ballad, or both. It's a perfect storm of bitterness, heartbreak, and harmonies so good they make you forget everyone hated each other. So let's dive in track by track through the heartache, the drama, and the weird tambourine parts. All right, the first track is Secondhand News. The record opens with Lindsey Buckingham strumming his guitar like he's trying to charm a snake. And then the band barrels in full force. It's short, sweet, and it instantly grabs you. The vocals, they're perfectly balanced. Lindsey's up front, Stevie swooping in for the bridges, the harmonies clicking like a dysfunctional but beautiful family dinner, where everyone's passive-aggressively complimenting the mashed potatoes. The bass line has that warm, sort of rubbery 70s vibe that wouldn't feel out of place on Sly Stone's There's a Riot Going On. Halfway through, a little distorted guitar pokes its head into the mix like it's looking in the window like a nosy neighbor peering through the blinds, just to check in before darting away. And then there's the chorus, a series of bam, 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 bam. Somehow it sounds like both a threat and a sing-along. I don't know. It's great. By the end, Buckingham is howling secondhand news as Flick Meatwood gallops behind him like a medieval knight on speed. That distorted guitar finally comes back, gets to stretch out a bit, though it never fully breaks free. Kind of like Lindsey himself, I guess. He's kind of eternally straining against the band's chaos. It's messy, it's sharp. It's a perfect song. Next up, Dreams. Ah, Dreams. Stevie Nicks' Crystal Vision ballad. The one you've heard approximately 78 million times, and yet it still works. 2 chords, bouncing back and forth endlessly, like a tennis match at Wimbledon. Stevie delivers her lines with that ghostly, detached cool only she can pull off. Christine floats harmonies in like wisps of fog drifting through an abandoned ballroom. The chorus thickens things up and the guys join in. The harmonies expand and suddenly you've got this lush wall of sound that contrasts beautifully with the hushed verses. And those drums, dry as a bone. Mick Fleetwood somehow makes his kit sound like cardboard boxes filled with sand, but it's perfect. It's distinct, tight, no reverb in sight. Stevie starts calling for crystal visions and dreamscapes, and you can practically hear the teenagers of 1977 clutching their velvet shawls and scribbling moon poetry into notebooks. The background's so drenched in reverb, it's impossible to tell what's a guitar, what's a keyboard. Everything just floats. It's hypnotic, it's iconic, and it proves that sometimes 2 chords are all you need, especially if you've got Stevie Nicks singing. All right, next up is Never Going Back Again. It's sort of a palate cleanser, maybe, I guess. Just Lindsey and his acoustic guitar, sounding like 3 guitars at once because apparently finger-picking is his superpower. It's bright, intricate, and deceptively simple, like one of those origami bird cranes that you fold out of an overdue notice in the mail. The lyrics are straightforward. I gave you too many chances, I'm done. It's breakup 101, but delivered with such sweetness, you almost miss the bite. Lindsey's voice is clean and steady, and when the harmonies sneak in, it's great. What really shines here is the arrangement. It's so stripped down compared to the lush production elsewhere on the record. It makes it feel intimate, like Lindsey sat down in your living room and started playing while you awkwardly had a drink, unsure whether to clap at the end or not. It's short, it's sweet, it's a reminder that sometimes less is more, and then just as quickly, it's gone, leaving you wishing it had stuck around maybe for just like one more verse. The next song is Don't Stop, and by now, you're probably wondering if every track on this album was a hit single. Spoiler, yes it was. Don't Stop kicks in with Christine pounding out the piano like she's auditioning for the world's most optimistic honky-tonk. Flick Meatwood slams the kick drum with the subtlety of a man trying to stomp a raccoon out of his attic. The guitars slide in just enough grit to remind you that underneath all the optimism, this band was fueled by cocaine, divorce, and a level of bitterness usually reserved for bad Yelp reviews. Still, the message is clear. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow, because yesterday's gone. Seriously, gone. Don't even look for it. It packed, it took its bags, and it moved to Cleveland. Yes, it's catchy. Annoyingly so, like a motivational poster stapled to your brain. Hang in there, buddy. But with a Meatwood flat groove. Okay, the next song is Go Your Own Way, and this is it. This is Lindsey Buckingham's Screw You Stevie anthem. He sings with the venom of a man who just watched his ex take the last slice of pizza and then light his car on fire. The whole band joins in to harmonize, and now she can call it Another Lonely Day, which is basically the cruelest chorus ever disguised as a sing-along. The guitar solo? Pained, restrained, like it wants to soar, but keeps getting dragged back down to the muck. It's the sound of a man trapped between heartbreak and studio deadlines. You expect it to explode into fireworks, but instead it smolders and mutters, fine, whatever, walks off. And then comes that tambourine. Towards the fade out, someone, probably Stevie or Mick, it's like smacking a tambourine completely out of time, shaking it, as if they just realized halfway through the song that they're recording and panicked. It's glorious. I always wait for that bit. It's just it's sort of there, and then shakety shake. Rumor has it, pun intended, there was literally a note on the refrigerator that said, "Save some Coke for the band," which explains both the tambourine and the fact that Lindsey was writing breakup songs about Stevie while she was standing there 10 feet from him and harmonizing with him. This album is basically a group therapy session with a platinum record plaque. All right, next up is Songbird, and as the story goes, Christine McVie steps into the spotlight alone at a piano in an empty theater. No band, no harmonies, no tambourines on stage. Just her voice in the ivories echoing into the void like the world's most elegant sound check. The song itself is a love ballad, not for her husband, mind you, but her new love. Fleetwood Mac, keeping HR departments busy since 1970. The sentiment, it's syrupy, almost Hallmark level, but Christine's conviction sells it. She could sing the McDonald's menu and make you cry. Still, let's be honest, it's kind of a skip track. Beautiful, haunting, delicate, but when you're knee-deep in cocaine-fueled breakup anthems, a solo piano ballad feels like someone pausing your favorite action movie to show you a slideshow of kittens. It's lovely, but it's kind of out of place. And yet every time I skip it, I feel guilty. Like Christine herself is staring at me over there from across the room whispering, "Really? You're skipping me? After everything?" And then I just close Spotify and I question everything. Thanks, Christine. Thanks. Next up is The Chain. This one creeps in on a thumping kick drum, a little banjo, like someone invited deliverance to the breakup party. It's brooding, minimal, tense, till the chorus hits and suddenly Lindsey snarls, "If you don't love me now, you'll never love me again." And I feel like in this age we're missing an important thing that just feels natural after that, which is just slamming the phone down on the receiver. Hitting hang up just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't have that same bam. Each chorus builds heavier, louder, more furious. The harmonies sharpen, the guitars slice in. By the time that iconic bassline breakdown shows up, you know something epic's about to go down. John McVie slides into that riff so smoothly it's like butter melting on hot popcorn. Mick's snare starts crackling like someone's firing warning shots, and then the whole band detonates into the final section. Screaming guitars, thundering drums, Stevie and Lindsey hurling chains keep us together. I swear every time I hear this song I imagine a giant stone arena, thunderclouds overhead, Lindsey and Stevie battling with flaming swords, while Mick plays a drum kit made of bones in the background. That's the energy here, chains keeping them together, but only because it's welded shut with cocaine and spite. Next up is You Make Loving Fun. Christine's back and suddenly the band sounds like they've just discovered happiness again. There's a funky clavinet keyboard, some smooth bass lines, subdued drums. It's like they wandered into a disco club by mistake and decided to stay for a round. Her voice is clean and clear, confident, fitting snug into the pocket like it was tailor-made for this groove. The verses bop along with some mellow funkiness, and then the chorus floats off into dreamy, syrupy harmonies. It's like two completely different songs stitched together, but somehow it works, like a peanut butter and pickle sandwich. The lyrics, they talk about magic, miracles, love, which is ironic given the band's personal lives at the time were less miracle and more extended police report. But Christine sounds so sincere, you believe her anyway. In headphones, this one's a treat. Tiny vocal details, subtle instrument layers, little bursts of joy hidden in the mix. Even if relationships were crumbling all around them, for 3 minutes and 36 seconds, it sounds like Christine was having fun, and I kind of believe she was. I have to add that, in headphones overall, this album sounds particularly good. You can hear in the harmonies a lot of detail and be able to pick out, each individual voice there, and it's interesting the emotion they bring to each song. Next song is I Don't Want to Know. By this point, it's basically a greatest hits album disguised as a normal record. I Don't Want to Know starts off bouncy, sing-along. Like the Mac decided to write a breakup song you could play at a picnic. Lindsey and Stevie's harmonies blending so well, it's almost unfair. How do two people who hate each other this much sound this good together? The guitars are light, jangly, the bass walks happily, and the whole thing just clicks. It's short, it's sweet, it's effortlessly catchy. You could hum it after one listen. It's like they distilled Fleetwood Mac into pure concentrate and poured it straight into your ears. Yes, it's another song about a troubled relationship. Yes, we've already had 10 of those. But it doesn't matter, because each one lands differently, and this one just feels like sunshine on your face. If sunshine came with the undertone of, I hate you, but damn, we sound good together. Sometimes I think Fleetwood Mac could have released an entire double album called Songs About Our Awful Relationships, and every track would have been a hit. Okay, the next song is Oh Daddy. This one sneaks in like a fog machine at a middle school dance. Moody guitars, a faint Casio-like keyboard in the background. Christine delivering her vocals with hushed intensity like she's reading a love letter at midnight by candlelight. The whole vibe is eerie, quiet, almost funeral, except instead of a coffin, it's the burial of whatever scraps of sanity the band still had left in '77. The lyrics sound like an apology, like Christine saying sorry for being a mess, while Mick Fleetwood bangs a slow heartbeat behind her. Each little instrumental change, the soft guitar licks, the subtle breaks, adds a layer of unease. It's formulaic at first, but then the arrangement pulls tricks, like it knows it's been underestimated. By the end, you're left with a song that feels bigger than it should, the kind of track that starts as a whisper and leaves you with chills. It's not flashy, it's not a hit. It's one of those hidden gems that make the whole record feel deeper. Also, the title makes me uncomfortable. Moving on. Okay, Gold Dust Woman, it's the last song here. It's the thesis statement. Cocaine, check. Shattered illusions of love, check. Stevie Nicks channeling a mythical banshee energy, double check. From the opening strums, the song builds slowly, ominously, like the soundtrack to a witchy ritual in the desert. Stevie's delivery is mesmerizing, raspy, hypnotic, full of questions that aren't really answered. Is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go home? Yeah, Stevie. I don't know how to pick up the pieces either. Thanks for bringing it up. As the song grows, it becomes this swirling storm. Guitars weaving, percussion rattling, Stevie wailing like she just shapeshifted into a dragon. By the end, she is the Gold Dust Woman, shattering, haunting, larger than life. It's less a song than a spell, the kind you don't fully understand but still leaves you a little scorched. This is the closer Rumours deserved, raw, mystical, and definitive. The exclamation point on a record that built out of tears, dust, and enough blow to keep an elephant awake for 3 weeks. So, growing up, Rumours was everywhere. My parents had it, my friends' parents had it, my aunts, my uncles, my dentist had it. I'm convinced they gave out a free copy with every purchase of Tide in 1978. It's one of those albums that transcended ownership. It just appeared like a cursed object in every home across America. Listening back now, it's easy to see why. The production is airtight, the performances are electric, the lyrics cut sharper than any soap opera monologue. Every song is a balancing act between dysfunction and harmony, rage and beauty, coke-fueled madness and crystalline perfection. So yeah, it's one of the best-selling albums of all time for a reason. It's messy, it's brilliant, it's absurd. It's Meatwood Flack at their peak. And we're all just lucky they managed to hate each other enough to make this sound so good. And that's Rumours, the ultimate breakup album where everyone slept with everyone, did all the coke, and somehow still managed to crank out 11 perfect tracks. It's bitter, it's beautiful, it's unhinged. Kind of like an HOA meeting if all the neighbors were platinum-selling rock stars. If you made it this far, thanks for listening to me babble about tambourines, dragons, and banjo bass lines. Do me a favor. Hit the like button like Flick Meatwood hitting dial to the coke dealer. Drop a comment to let me know which Rumours track happens in your dreams. And subscribe so you don't miss the next time I unravel an album while sitting at my nephew's birthday party. Share this with your friends, your enemies, your exes, hell, even your dad. I'd probably just say, oh yeah, I got 3 of those in my garage.